It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. Checking out the 76ers, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And with a few moments here, we've seen a lot of coaching turnover. When you played, Shaq, what did you like in a coach, and what set the good ones apart?
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over calm, over cool.
Hope you've been practicing, man.
Always. You'll see tonight.
I don't doubt it, but I'll be the one putting on the real show.
Yeah, not a vibe anything, everybody. You better start warming up now if you want to be anywhere near my level.
Always a talker, freak. See you out there, man.
It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the good outing against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn.
Freaks checked in. Here's Lawson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Memphis, so on the floor for Houston. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Montiunas out there with Len, and it's Lawson in at the one spot. And Okafor with the block. Mason the pass to Gilmore. There's a screen by Noel. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The 76ers shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight, and he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's Freak. Turned in an outstanding game against San Antonio. Off the pick. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Harden. And it's Noel with the rebound.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Here's Okafor. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Okafor's got his first bucket in this one.
And a big height advantage right there.
It's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
One kick kicks to Harden. Another miss by Harden.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Lets it fly. And it's Freak missing. Rockets trail by 9. Basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Okafor. Landry comes in for Noel. Grant, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Jackson in for Mason.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yeah, +5. As you mentioned, that didn't take very long, did it?
From deep. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
And this is a matchup that can frustrate them as they came up empty in their 2 games against them last year.
Guys, you wouldn't expect this year's series to go that way, but after last year, you never know.
76ers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
And guys, that's a pretty good improvement over last season.
Montiunas has checked in for Alex Len. He hits the second from the line. 1:52 left in the first. Over to the left wing. Here's McDaniels. And the 3 off target.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Embiid the screen. The lead pushed to double digits. Jackson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Roberts, guarded by Jackson. A nice shot by McDaniel.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Outside Jackson. Kicks to Freak. And the 76ers get it back. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And here on the 2K leaderboard are the teams with the quickest hands in the league. Fifth best, the Rockets.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Here's Roberts. 11-point game his last outing. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Out left to the wing. And the wide open shot from Decker. Buries it from 3-point range.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Right side Jackson. Yunus with the steal. A solo fast break. Here's McDaniels. And that one hits back iron.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Feeds it to Jackson. Embiid the screen. They shoot again. Decker with the rebound.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Here's McDaniels. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so the first quarter is in the books. 76ers lead by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And Rockets head coach Kevin McHale talked about the offensive force that is James Harden.
His ability to make the right play, the right pass is more impressive. And then when he's coming downhill on you in the break, you got to guess right because he's going left and right and zigging and zagging.
Zigging and zagging and juking. It's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. And then for Houston, Yunus is checked in for a reason. McDaniels comes in for Decker. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Ty Lawson. Gilmore in at shooting guard. Joel Embiid out there with Carl Landry. And there's Jackson. And it's Grant in at the 3-7. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Spurs got down to business. He picked up 18 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, G.A.?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight. They're doing much better now. I mean, in the first quarter, they converted less than 30% of their field goals. But they've bounced back nicely here.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh, no. Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Jackson dishes to Freak. No luck. Good work defensively by Harden.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it, are you kidding me?
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
I know there's some teams out there that would prefer to just shoot their way out of a slump, but, you know, getting a few to drop from in close or inside the arc is often a good way to get your whole offense going.
Rockets leading by 3. Doubled by Gilmore. Harden with it. He's picked up by Landry. Count that one. Yunus has got 4 points this quarter.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Jackson, and Capella sends it back. That's it to go. Now it's a 7-point Houston lead.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
With 2 seconds left, and Capella sends it back. And so we conclude the first half. Houston.
Well, James, an impressive first half.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. One of the stories here, James Harden hitting it. Sixers will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Noel. Jeremy Grant comes in for Robert Covington. Freaks checked in for Mason. And it's Jackson in for Norris Cole. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Decker comes in for Moniunas. KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Ty Lawson. So on the floor for Houston. Ryan Roberts out there with McDaniels. Then it's Decker. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Grant kicks to Freak. Back to Grant. Picked by Okafor. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Grant the pass to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gilmore. But they'll get another chance.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Rockets leading by 8. Out to the right wing. Here's McDaniels. Drops one in from the wing. McDaniels got 5 points so far. Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Here's Okafor. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Roberts, guarded by Jackson. Roberts dishes to Capella. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And, you know, that's not the kind of percentage any player wants to see next to his name at the end of the season.
Robert Covington's checked in for Philadelphia. Norris Cole comes in for Jackson. That's good. That's 10 points for Freak. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Roberts. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Here's Cole. Right wing. Pulls it from 20. Kept alive. Here's Okafor. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The 76ers have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. At the line for your 76ers. And that one falls for Okafor.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third, and the foul called on Freak. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Houston, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
9 seconds left here in the third quarter. Embiid the screen. Here's Cole. No good. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Rockets lead by 9. Live from Philadelphia, The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Freaks checked in for Mason. And a change for the Rockets. Trevor Ariza's checked in for KJ McDaniels. Rockets leading by 13. Noel and Embiid patrol the paint together inside. Norris Cole is out there with Freak, and it's Covington in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. It's Harden with the drive. That one goes. Count.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Houston.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Freak at the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Rockets have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Lawson is doubled. Lenka kicks to Lawson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Okafor's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The 76ers trail by 16. There's a screen by Noel. To the middle. Up off the screen. And he sinks the layup.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
To the paint, here's Harden. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. And that's now 19 points for James Harden.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
Here's Gilmore. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
And if he thinks that's within his range, then you know what? He's got a low basketball IQ.
Yeah, impossible to say what he was thinking there, Greg. I'm not even going to venture to guess.
Lawson outside. Glenn a screen. The shot's good from Lawson. Lawson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
Here's Covington. It's rebounded by Houston. Land's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Houston.
On a given night, 1 or 2 guys might have the off night from the line, but today the team did a much better job with their free throws.
They did not lose focus, and that made a huge difference in the result.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And I like what they've done here. Made the plays they had to. That's why they'll be going up 1-0 in their season series against the 76ers.
And as we've come to expect, another big game tonight and an impressive exhibit for James Harden. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Inside, here's Covington. Count the bucket.
And this run not really doing him any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Carl Landry's checked in for Nerlens Noel, and it's Jackson in for Cole. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Decker comes in for Monteunus. McDaniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Ty Lawson. Grant, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And it's the 76ers with the ball. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jackson kicks to Landry. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
Capella, the pass to Roberts. we see the Rockets taking the win here. To come into an opponent's...
We got to forget about that one.
Gentlemen, I'm here with James Harden. Congratulations on the win, James. And what did it take for the team to make the push necessary?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. He put his team on his back and carried them as we've seen him do before. But it never gets old. A textbook example of making play. And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Philadelphia as the 76ers go up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. One of the guys to watch tonight, Monte Ellis, such an explosive player at times, really dangerous when the fourth quarter rolls around, Shaq.
Yeah, Ellis, a.k.a. Baby AI, still has the speed to force defenders off of him. He's improved in the mid-range game also, but he can punish teams, especially if they disrespect him and give him space.
Well, the best thing that he can do is create for himself.
And guys, just a great shot here of William Penn, the founder of Pennsylvania, standing atop Philadelphia's City Hall. It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. It's the end of a string of away games for the Pacers as they look forward to returning home after this one. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
I think for the Pacers, they have performed above and beyond.
Pacers with a completely new group now. Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Nash comes in for Ellis. On the court for Indiana. Hill is out there with Turner. Then there's Hill. Then it's Paul George. And it's Nash in at the 2-guard. And let's take a minute now to give a tip of the cap to the top rookie defenders in the NBA this season. 76ers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
First free throw is good. Hill, he's checked in for Turner. And Embiid drops them both. Pacers trail by 9. The drive by Hill. That's good. Hill's got his first 2 points.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, I spoke with the head coach of the Pacers. This is their first matchup of the season against this squad, and he knows the shot blocking in the middle will certainly be an obstacle. But he said, quote, "We've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack." Guys, he said that putting their bigs in high pick and rolls and shooting the open jumper with confidence will be key. We'll see how they do.
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. They put a lot of thought into how they're going to match up against the opposing defense, guys.
And so they should, because that's what it's going to take. This is such a tough D to break down. They're going to have to play a smart game offensively.
Well, there's no denying that. I mean, you're not going to get by on skill alone. I mean, you've got to have the strategy and the skill working together.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
And a wide open look for Freak. Not really his range, and it's off target. Here's Nash. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing. Just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it. All their offense went to pot.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
The drive by Hill. The kick out to Hill. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The 76ers leading by 6. Freak passes to Embiid. And a strong finish with two hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Indiana's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Nash with no one around. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Nash has got his first bucket of the night. Jackson kicks to Freak. And there's the pass to Landry. Outside Jackson. Here's Gilmore. And that's not going to go. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. 76ers lead by 6. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
I realize this. I realize this. Respect this here. Check. I realize this.
There, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do. And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong. We'll go for a different look here. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Grant comes in for Robert Covington. Freaks checked in for Mason. And it's Jackson in for Norris Cole. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Paul George comes in for C.J. Miles. Hill, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. And it's Hill in for Nash. Gilmore in at shooting guard. Okafor out there with Joel Embiid. And there's Jackson, and it's Grant in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Pacers trail by 9. Takes the 13-footer. They shoot again. Rejected by Gilmore. Jackson against Hill. Jackson kicks to Freak. Embiid dishes to Jackson. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. The 76ers with another miss. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. The shot by George, wide open. Off target with the open look.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Here's Gilmore. And he overshot that one, missing.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink. Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And it's Grant in the corner. Jackson passes to Gilmore. Fader on the way. Hill gets the rebound.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Rockets made some nice plays. He ended with 11 points, and he was able to dish out a few helpers to teammates as well. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game. They've hit a bit of a slump here in the second after a solid opening quarter.
And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Outside Jackson. Back to Grant. Here's Gilmore. The 76ers with another miss.
Another shot from outside. They're not attacking. I mean, going in and seeking contact like they did in the first one, I'm not seeing that.
Your game. They need to mix it up a little bit here.
He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so that's the end of the first half. Philadelphia ahead, leading by 6. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
Okay, guys, we got a few minutes here. Let's go over a few things before we get going again. First of all, a big nod to how well we've taken care of the basketball. We're not taking any unnecessary chances, and that's meant very few turnovers.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Changes here. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. On the court for Indiana. Nash is out there with Solomon Hill. Then it's Hill. Then there's C.J. Miles. And it's Ellis in at the point guard position. The 76ers leading by 13. Here's Gilmore. And it's Miles with the rebound. Miles has got 4 rebounds in this game.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
There's the feed to Hill. For 3, Ellis. Rebound by the 76ers.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Freak kicks to Embiid. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Embiid's got 6.
And defensively, these guys are looking for answers since halftime. They've seemed disjointed and out of sync. They have got to get back that rhythm defensively.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Yeah, it took them a while, but now they're starting to get into a flow from outside. And boy, is that time.
Back to Jackson. Lets it go with a 3. And that is good. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
After what was just a horrendous shooting performance in the first half, they finally started to find their stroke.
And amazing that they hold the lead with how poorly they shot in the first half, but they've defended at a high level and remain in control.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Covington's checked in. Ellis goes in. Here's Hill. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
That's his first
Nerlens Noel checks in for Carl Landry. Pacers have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
First one falls for him. And Embiid drops them both.
Terrific work by Embiid. He's got 8 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
For Indiana, they have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've gotten extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Down low and stolen by Ilyasova. And Nash with a clear path to the hoop. And the lead is down inside single digits. Nash has got 9 points.
That's really how they're going to get back into this game, trim the lead. I mean, play tough defense, force some turnovers, and then push it to the other end.
And, Clark, those steals allow you to play in the open floor.
Noel, boom, he jams it straight down.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And the 76ers making a change here. Freaks checked in Indiana with a change here too. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Gilmore, he's in at shooting guard. Noel is out there with Okafor. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Cole in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
The first one falls.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Keep it up.
And so he makes both from the line. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Doubled by Gilmore. Turner dishes to Nash. Indiana moving the ball around. That doesn't go either for Nash.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more. In the first half, they shot a little over 30%. That's dismal. That's obviously not the start that you want to see. But they've settled down here in this second half, getting some good looks, and they've started to knock them down. Good. He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Cole, the pass to Gilmore. Turner against Okafor. Kicks it to Freak. No good on the three. Pacers trail by 13. Outside, George. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. George has got 4 this quarter.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game. And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Noel, a screen on Hill. And Cole kicks to Noel. That's good.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Pacers. Ellis comes in for Nance.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Bulls. Another miss by Philadelphia. Pacers trail by 9. Picked him clean. Here's Cole. And he gets the bucket.
No hesitation at all right there. Just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing, man.
And George, here we go. Missed inside.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And that one's good. Noel.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Sixers dancers.
Over in the corner, Ellis. The shot's good on the assist by George. And that's 15 points for Ellis.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Pacers trail by 11. And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That's foul number 2 for him.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Covington kicks to Freak. Offensive rebound. Covington dishes to Embiid. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That's good.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Ellis wide open from outside off the mark. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question about it. That would be all she wrote.
And Noel kicks to Freak. And the 76ers get it back. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And the 76ers lead by 13. George double teamed, feeds it to Hill. And again, it's Indiana converting.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
So it's Philadelphia now. Pass to Cole. Dishes it to Freak. Fades. The rebound by Turner. And here is Hill. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. So the 76ers win it. Some good moments throughout this.